Okay, April 9th, 1865. Abraham Lincoln is overjoyed when he gets news that essentially the Civil War is over. Robert E. Lee had surrendered his army to Ulysses S. Grant at Appomattox, and that essentially ended the war. There were skirmishes for a few weeks. There were still some armies out there, but by all in all, the Civil War was over. The Civil War it lasted for 4 years. 750,000 Americans were killed on both sides. To put that in perspective, that would be the equivalent today of 7.6 million people when you look at a percent of the population. So this was a massive amount of men that were killed in the war. So it was coming to a close. In the ceremony, Grant showed up like Grant does in a muddy uniform, just kind of whatever, walking in. Lee shows up in a full battle dress with a sash and a sword and looking very regal. When they came to terms, Robert E. Lee wanted the best terms he could get, but he understood that he was defeated. So Grant pardoned all of the officers and let the officers leave with their horses, which was important because it was getting ready to come into springtime. They needed them to harvest or go back and plant. And then they could keep their sidearms, so they could keep their pistols. So this happened. Now, unfortunately for Abraham Lincoln, he was obviously excited. The whole Civil War had consumed his presidency. I mean, the states had seceded, had started seceding before he was even inaugurated. So his entire presidency was taken up with this Civil War, and then unfortunately he only had a week to live, less than a week, before he was assassinated. So that's what I have for you today. Robert E. Lee surrenders. Abraham Lincoln receives word that the Civil War is over. I will see you tomorrow.